Our expectations,
Mm-hmm.
but of course after some time people might expect you to do things well because
Mm-hmm.
you did it well in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and that might block a certain way, because indeed, like, perhaps things take more time because you did it well in the past and people expect you to do it well right now, and then like you certainly, well, perhaps restrict yourself because the more you do, and if you have to do it again, the more time it will take.
Yeah, and you know something, when you're young, and you do something well, you know, as for instance, when I was young and when I was a young singer, it was always, being young was also a criteria of, you know, people say, oh, she's pretty young and she sings really well, you know, and you could really rely on, you know, you have a talent, and after that, and then comes the time when you're not a young talent anymore, then you have to be a professional. Then you can't rely on the talent alone anymore. You have to, you know, settle your talent for some, you know, or, you know, and build it up and make it very reliable, you know. And all the musicians, also the very well-known musicians, is John McLaughlin or Dave Douglas here, who are, you know, John McLaughlin is now, he's close to 70, I think, and Dave Douglas is like in his mid-40s, and they all say the same thing, you know, that when you grow older, you know, you have to really know what you're doing, you know, and you will have to get over this thing that, you know, like I did an interview with Dave Douglas, and he said, I'm just going to let this go off, and he said, I told him, now that you are middle-aged, and he looked at me and he said, yeah, middle-aged now, oh my God, I used to be the young lion, and I told him, yeah, but you're not anymore, right? And he said, yeah, I'm not anymore, and it's kind of hard, you know, because you still want to be interesting for the people, you know, but you're not young anymore, so it has to be something else, you know, that you have to give. And for me, it's always great when I see, like, for instance, there's this English singer, Norma Winston. She's 65 now. She used to work with Kenny Wheeler. They had this in the 70s. They had this great ECM recordings and all that. And for, you know, like 10 years, you didn't hear anything from her, or not much. And now she came back with another trio, and she sings fantastic, you know. And it is that, you know. And she's 65, and you're blown away by how she sings, you know, and that is her thing, you know. It's not about youth then anymore, but it's also about, you know, what you made out of what you learned when you were young, or what all these things, you know, that you
have to keep on going,
that you were open to, you know. But you have to bundle them at a certain time in your life, you know, and you might have to make choices at a certain time in your life, you know, which, when you have more than one talent, for instance, you know, which one of your talents is it that you really want to go for, you know. But I think you need the time in your life when you're young, you know, like between, you know, like 15 and you know, 25, 27, 28, you know. That should be the time when you really have, you know, look at it all, and you shouldn't be forced to make the choice so fast,
Okay. I think that that's all. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All the best for you.
Okay, thank you. Same to you.